Luke back here with you now. So you got out of college, you got out of high school, you got your first job, and you're looking for a little bit of freedom. So you're out to buy a car. The first thing is, I don't recommend any young person to buy a brand new car unless you have 20% money that you can put down on the car and you can pay it off in like 3 years. Some new cars and trucks are $70,000 to $80,000, and there's like nothing special. When I grew up in the 70s, if you had an $80,000 car, you're like, that's going to be a Porsche, a Lamborghini, something like that. Now that's like a truck these days, like a Ford F-150 or some of these options on a Camaro or a Mustang. So you're going to be making, like if you're right out of high school, you might, if you're lucky, be making $15, $20 an hour. So you really should be looking at a used car. So I would actually, if you're right out of high school or college, I would talk to your parents and talk to them about which bank they do business with, or credit union or somebody like that, just so they have some kind of familiarity with it, and you can set up a savings account or checking account at that bank and then do the financing for your car there. If you're doing the financing by yourself, you're usually going to be paying a higher interest rate, usually 2 or 3 points above what the going rate is. So some of these young people coming right out of high school or college, it could be 12, 15%. If you're lucky, maybe right now 10% interest rate on some of these cars. So these interest rates can be like really high, and that can really affect what kind of cars you should go out there and try to buy. My suggestions are you get a lease return, Honda Civic or Toyota Camry, something like that. These cars have low maintenance costs. They're very reliable. They get good gas mileage. They're really dependable cars. There's nothing fancy about them. But it's going to last a long time, and it's not going to cost you too much. All right, so those are the cars I recommend. If you need a truck for the type of job you want, I would go on one of the smaller size. Usually the larger the engine, the more expenses you're going to have. So I would go with a smaller truck if you really need a truck, okay? Try to get 15 to 20% you can do for a down payment. So for a used car, $20,000, that means you're going to be somewhere around $4,000 saved up for your down payment. The other thing is, for the car, it should be no more than like 20% of your take-home pay. You're also going to have to pay car insurance, gas. Here in California, it's going $5 a gallon. So look at those types of things when you start looking at purchasing a car. You get a truck. Some of these big, huge trucks, you're getting 10, 15 miles to the gallon. So make sure what you're spending on gas is in your budget, okay? I would, before you buy the car, I would go to a mechanic that your family trusts, and I would have them do a full inspection. The big things, make sure you're looking at the engine, transmission, the radiator, air conditioning, balance, and inspect all the tires and brakes. Make sure all of that looks right, okay? And you're really making sure that you're getting what you're paying for. All right. I would not recommend for your first car to be a sports car or anything like that. Your insurance is going to be through the roof as it is. A sports car, especially two-seaters, really going to jack up the prices. In 2024, car insurance in most states went up by 40%, something like that. So I'm trying to save you on your car insurance for new people. So just get that dull, ordinary car, okay? The other thing that affects car insurance is, believe it or not, the car that gets pulled over the most for tickets is a red car. The most common car color is silver or gray. So if you buy a silver or gray car, actually the insurance rates are just a little bit lower for those cars. So anything that can help with your costs, I'm trying to help you get a car that you want, that's going to be reliable, and that you can afford, okay? When you have a little bit more money later on in life, you might then be able to get your dream car or anything, but I'm really trying to get you into a car that you can have. I do not want you to buy a new car right out of college. That's going to be where all your money's going to go. I want you to be able to buy a house. A house can build equity, can build cash flow for you later. I know it's fun to have a new car and everything, but usually then those people can't buy a house in 5 to 10 years, okay? I'm looking at big ways for you to make big money, all right? So if you have any questions, leave me any comments, questions in my comment area. This is Luke Wackler again. I'm here to give you advice for your careers, making money and everything else like that. Come back and watch more of my videos soon, and have a good day.